Welcome to Conversations with Lauren and Ali, where we bridge all things in the spiritual and human experience.
This is a space where raw honesty meets higher truth, where personal stories open doors to deeper self-awareness, and where the messy, magical journey of being human is honoured as a sacred path of awakening. So, take a breath, get cozy, and join us in today's conversation.
At the back of the skull and down into my neck. It's not here for me.
Mm.
It's not in my, it's just this dull ache of like, fuck. And then every time I've sat with it, it's like, no, I just keep hearing Schumann resonance. Like there's something going on with the earth that's
Yeah.
making me get these headaches lately. Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of days ago, I was feeling the back of the head, like kind of coming into the 4-4. Um, and for me, I put it down to a lot of what's happening in my world around the embodiment,
Yeah.
and around clearing some of the old programs and patterns and the defragging happening in the physical body as we start to bring, more,
Yeah.
well, for me, that quantum embodiment or the living light codex is what that's been coming through a lot,
Yeah.
the living light sort of
Yeah.
activating, but it's like some days, some moments I feel really, really clear. And then
Yeah.
other times I'm doing everything back to front. And that's how I know that there's some brain
Yeah.
reprogramming
Yeah. It's
going on.
reconfiguring. It's yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just funny things that I have noticed in the last week or so. Like I can feel the energy pulsing above my eyebrows as we're talking
I
now.
can feel energy there now as well. Yeah.
But what I've noticed is sometimes I will randomly start to speak light language when I'm not intending to, like I'm having an English conversation, or I'm responding to somebody and it will start
Yes.
to come out in light language.
Mhm.
Um, so I feel almost this sense of merging, the merging that's happening, or the embodiment of our merging with our what I call God self, because that's what comes
Yep.
through.
Hmm.
Um, there is also glitchy moments of
Hmm.
like, I forget how to do this, or
Yeah.
it's like I'm trying to do something, or as I said, say something, um, and it feels really foreign, or I
Yeah.
get it back to front.
Yeah.
Um,
Even though it's something really basic and simple and
yes,
something you've done many, many times. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Even
So,
with words, that happens to me too. Like with
yeah,
you just can't speak properly. Just can't.
yeah, saying the wrong word or putting them back to front. I don't know. Because I spent a couple of days with my parents, and Keely, and it was just like in just conversations where I found myself, I knew what I wanted to say, but it was not
Mm.
coming out in that way. It was a really interesting feeling.
Yeah.
Um, and as I'm talking to you now, I almost have this. I know people have been sort of calling it like the avatar, an avatar, and I'm not really sure I even understood what that meant, but I can feel almost like these two templates, the etheric and the physical are sort of side by side at the moment.
Mm. Hmm.
And I don't know what that is. It feels a bit discombobulating, like suddenly my head just went, whoa, like that's a lot for me to comprehend.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but this is what we're kind of moving through, isn't it? Well, I
Hmm.
feel like for me personally, and what I'm witnessing is rather than trying to understand it through the logical brain, because we can't, it's coming through in different ways.
Yeah.
But as a consequence for me, that like I now feel really lightheaded,
Yeah. So do I.
really discombobulated with
So do I.
there's something coming in. We're
Yeah.
bringing something in and we're
Hmm.
holding a field of some sort. There's a template here. Just going to put that out there.
Yeah. I feel like I want to go to sleep right now.
Ishadiano tere setere kotare jambo tiraki sotroye kia shombayeso liotro. It's our great white brotherhood aspects.
Okay.
Ya lukoto yeshamia siaturo shimotre ke sotere, because they're coming. They're saying we're coming bearing gifts. Ke shototo yamasaki shatiano ko. Upgrades.
Mm.
It's also for humanity. There's a benevolence. Please jump in at any time. I'm just throwing in what
I've got
is
ISIS. I've got
oh,
ISIS.
beautiful, beautiful. I love that.
It's almost like it's the representation of the divine feminine as well. So you've got the Great White Brotherhood, but as soon as you started speaking, I felt ISIS into the field.
And isn't that interesting? Because we've always held the opposite, and now
Mhm.
it's swapped. I'm holding divine masculine, you're holding divine
Yeah.
feminine.
Very interesting.
This
Mm.
is a piece about um, witnessing beyond the duality. It's like a spinning coin, transforming consciousness beyond the limited capacity of the mental and your capability to receive the information beyond the field and the frame of the mind. What you're witnessing is the timeline transformation in real time. And you're feeling that as it comes to congruence with what you're holding in the form. Witness the shift from head to heart. Opening the diamond field to calibrate and bringing the presence of Isis forward into the frame. She holds the key. So, what's the key that she's holding?
The key that all she's saying to me is it's just her presence that's really being felt. And all she's saying is all you need to do is just be. So
Mhm.
circling back to that conversation that we just had,
There's the key.
she said it's the key. Just be, just be. It's almost like the Great White Brotherhood have just brought forward, an explanation, if you like, a higher perspective of what is going on energetically. And she's on the other side of that saying, just be. You don't need to examine things. You don't need to think into things. Bringing that or opening that diamond field between the head and the heart. It's that space that we need to sit in, that we need to move from and be guided from, moving out of the mind and just being. And she's just saying that's what the feminine essence brings to this process is that ability be, to just be with it, to be with our energy, to be with our thoughts, to just be with ourselves. And there's nothing more that she's just smiling and she's just there, just sort of, holding the space, letting her, well, she's a representative of the divine feminine. There's nothing convoluted. There's no message other than to just be.
And feeling that diamond coming now from head to heart, from heart to sacral, to surrender into the presence within that space. And I will speak to womb, but knowing that it doesn't matter whether you represent in a masculine or a feminine form, it is that essence of creation that exists within all gender. And allowing the receiving from within and without. And just echoing that which Isis shared, that this is beyond the mind, this is beyond the limitation of the mind, and to be able to move and be fluid. And there is a surrendering and a letting go into presence.
There's a peacefulness that's just come over me. I don't know about you,
Yeah, definitely.
but what I was seeing there too as you were speaking was, when we're saying head, the mind, there was a particular reference to the third eye, like that diamond template or portal that just sort of opened that space. The tip of it, the point of it, when reference was being made to the head, is actually the third eye, almost like I was being shown to move from the mind,
Mhm.
at more the back of the head, the middle of the head,
Mhm.
to move forward into that intuitive
Mm.
space,
Yes.
to move from there,
Mm-hmm.
to be from there.
Yeah, that resonates. I feel that. Because this is truth. This is acting from being aware of and moving from a place of truth, not from and the present and the now, not from the past or not from the story and the illusion. Just feeling a gentle attunement of the mental and emotional body. Inviting lots of breath, deeply exhaling into the body, surrendering into what they're saying is more the seat of the soul.
Mhm.
Sink into the seat of your soul.
The higher heart's coming forward too.
Mhm. The sanctuary of the heart is awaiting you. And just feeling that peacefulness and a sense of stillness
Mhm.
that is always within and bears witness to where you can somewhat retreat to remember, to access the wisdom, and to be in the now.
Mhm. Yeah, the power of the stillness. You really feel that shift from being in the mind.
Witnessing the uncomfortableness that's coming through the field of being in the silence. I had almost this image of, little kids not being able to sit still or not being able to just be quiet. So witnessing the monkey mind energy, or the parts of us that find stillness and silence uncomfortable. I'm hearing this is why the breath feels so important, because come back to the breath and just be with the breath. I almost feel like everyone just responded in the field. And witnessing the solar plexus, witnessing this being your power to be. This isn't about regulating or maintaining or doing anything per se, but shifting from reaction or fear or judgment and shifting awareness into the now. Just as you said, feeling that from almost the back of the head, just bringing it to that third eye and to the now.
Just being. It's almost like we're being shown how nice it feels
Mm-hmm.
to just be. It's almost like we've just been brought into this to take a pause and not try and explain anything or even
Just
feel into anything. Yeah, it's
mm,
just
being in the stillness, in the 0 point, isn't it?
mm-hmm.
So interesting that we both came in, I will use the word a bit discombobulated for various
Mm,
reasons and ways in that it was showing up. And I'm feeling that this is just really potent for me personally as a reminder,
mm,
and the simplicity of this, which is taking maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes to just reset,
yeah,
maybe.
reset. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm. And it's not even about slowing down. Do you know, like
No.
everybody
Mm.
always uses the term, we need to slow down, we need to rest. We're not even doing either of those things right now, really.
And
We're
I just
just
want to,
being. Yeah,
yeah,
this is our natural state.
mhm.
This is our natural state to feel like this.
And I would just like to witness that in this moment that I feel a lot is being released or transformed, alchemized by just being in this space, because I feel so much moving through the throat, through the body. Can you feel around the crown how that is just moving?
For
I
me,
don't
it's
e
more the back of my skull that
Mhm.
was aching earlier, and it's connected to the nervous system.
I feel like something is moving and shifting from the crown.
I feel like just sitting in this place is, it just removed any uncomfortability that I had in my body before we, like when we sat down to have this conversation.
Mhm.
It's just not there.
Yeah, I almost don't want to move from
Yeah,
this, which we don't have to, but it maybe the next step is holding this in our field and the field that we're creating and having that conversation.
yeah. I don't know, it just feels so nice. I don't want to, I'm in a zone.
Mhm.
Uh, it is that neutral space, that 0 point, that void space, whatever you, however you describe it, isn't it? It's just,
Mm.
it's like everything and nothing all at once. You can't feel anything, but you can feel everything. It's,
Mhm.
it's hard to explain.
Mm.
And I keep hearing that's your natural state. That's your natural state. But of course, we're going to experience, fluctuations with life. But I think this is just a really nice reminder, like you said earlier, that we can access this. We can access this place. It's always there whenever we need it. I can feel how this space could be so healing for the body, just purely for the way that my body feels now versus 10 minutes ago when we first sat down to speak.
Mhm.
I think it's that connection with the God self that you also mentioned earlier.
Mm. Through the peacefulness, it's emerging through the body, through the brain, the nervous system, through all the systems of the body, that this is our natural state of being. And so just witnessing to how the systems of the body are calibrating to this remembering
Mm,
and feeling for me that anything that wasn't that is just sort of being released out through the crown,
mm,
almost like a big bubble. It doesn't feel uncomfortable, but it's just the sensation of like naturally moving, shifting, transforming what is not congruent with that. They're also saying it's coming from the heart center as well, which is interesting because over the last 3 days, I feel like I've been coughing from deep within my heart, deep from my lungs, like coughing up, and I'm not unwell, but just coughing up.
mm. Yeah, just loosening everything up and
I guess,
releasing
yeah,
stuff from the heart, from the chest. Yeah.
yeah. It's almost a bit like I keep hearing it's like phlegmy, but not in
Mm,
a sick way, but it's like that
yeah,
release of,
I'm having that too through my throat though.
mm, just embracing the clarity. Because when we started the conversation, I felt so discombobulated, like everything was back to front.
Yeah.
And now I feel this restoration of clarity.
Mm. I just feel like my entire body is taking this in. Like you said before, all systems, like all parts of us, nervous
Mm,
system, mind,
mm, mm.
everything just needed that time just to sit there then and
Regeneration is the
yeah,
word coming in.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Embracing. I feel like just saying thank you, I accept, I receive.
yeah.
Thank you, I accept, I receive.
Yes.
Thank you, I accept, I receive.
Oh,
Mm,
yeah.
what an interesting way to start our conversation.
Mm, yeah.
But I even feel like my vision feels clearer, like I'm seeing things with a different clarity. That's so interesting.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like a lot of this has to do with the fact that we're in the new.
Mm,
We're already there.
yeah.
We're not trying to seek something, attain something, or move to something anymore.
Mm,
But what we are doing is releasing any parts of us that feel like we're not there
yeah.
or that
Yeah.
have us acting from the past, reacting from the
Yeah.
past, feeling from the past.
Hmm.
This really feels like understanding where we are right now.
Yeah.
And therefore, the mastery in that is if we're in the now and if we're in the presence and the embodiment of presence, we don't have to be, is controlled the word, controlled by the past or controlled by
Mm. Or even
old patterns,
influenced. Yeah.
influenced. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Because when you're in that present moment, you're not connecting to any of that stuff. Like it's just not in your field.
And I find it interesting. I felt our great white brotherhood aspects because I remember when you first helped me integrate my aspect and we came to this understanding of what maybe one of the reasons that drew us together, that aspect worked a lot with the emotional body. And it was just when you were talking then, when you said the word influenced, what came to
Mm.
me was this understanding that's been coming through this last week about emotional mastery. It feels like the topic of emotional mastery is really present for me right now. And I can feel when you're talking about that, the influence, or we're feeling into this as well. It's not letting or allowing the influence of emotions
Mm.
to disrupt that internal
Hmm.
state of being or to influence the action or inaction that we take as well.
Yeah. And it's such a fine line there, isn't it? I mean, that is self-mastery because we do want to feel things and experiencing emotion is how we learn and grow and remember and all of the things. But to find that space where it doesn't influence you, like you said, where it impacts, decisions or behaviors or thoughts or yeah, that's a big part of self-mastery, isn't it?
I did an MSI session yesterday, and what came through from an aspect that she was a master aspect that she was embodying was around the utilizing emotions to inform, like seeing emotions as information or
Hmm.
informing us of something. And I thought that was a really interesting way
Mm.
of looking at it because we know that's what's happening, don't we? When we're filtering an experience, what our
Yeah.
nervous system is doing
Mm.
is like informing us really of what's happening. And we've spoken about how the body is always informing us. And what if we could bring the awareness or the perception, the perspective or mindset to the emotion is just informing us that there's something to feel here. And
Yeah.
this is what that feeling is. But
Hmm.
again, it's the feeling of it and then letting it be, isn't it? Coming
Yeah.
back into the now
Yeah.
and releasing that in and letting it go out like a bubble or however it feels.
And that's the mastery,
Mm, mm,
is mastering how to do that.
mhm.
Mm. Yeah.
So it feels like allowing this state of being now to continue to calibrate as the foundation
Hmm.
from which now we let the emotion inform us or the experiences, the external
Yeah.
inform. But it almost feels like you can run it through, but keep running it through. Don't run it through and let it get lodged in the program or
Yeah.
in the body or the
Hmm.
yeah. It's like keep that movement of it going through and not let it getting lodged or getting stuck or holding on to it because you're
Hmm.
making it mean something. It's the non-attachment piece, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that feeling of non-duality. No, is that the right word? Or just understanding the duality. And we've spoken about that before of
Yeah.
the feeling of multiple states of
Hmm.
emotions at one particular time. Because, yeah, gosh, yeah, that's been coming up a lot for me and in sessions as well.
It all relates back to the embodiment of our divinity, quantum
Mm-hmm.
embodiment, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Letting those, like we spoke about last week, those two parts of us, but all parts of us operate, in union.
Yeah.
My ears just started ringing real bad. Right then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that space that we just visited there for that short little
Mm-hmm.
time was really showing us that, yeah, it almost was like a recalibration, wasn't it, for the body to say, hey, just stop and pay attention to this, because this is where, you get the clarity. This is where you feel the clarity. This is
Mm-hmm.
the space that we're moving into, or like you said, we're already there. We're already there. The body's just reconfiguring.
And we're remembering that it is the natural state of
Yeah,
being.
because we're so used to being out of that state.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it felt so good then. I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember for the longest time feeling like that.
Mm-hmm.
That felt amazing.
Yeah.
I'm still like, still, I'm still half there. Yeah. Mm, feel really relaxed.
Well, I feel like we are holding the field in that, and that
Mm,
this obviously can be something that we leave in the quantum. We can leave
yeah.
um, a part of ourselves, a part of ourselves with here.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, now I can't even put my words together. I'm just feeling that really intensely again in my heart
Mm,
and witnessing the master aspect, the master version, you God's self, the divinity,
mm,
holding that field.
yeah.
And that's really interesting because I could feel parts of my own head, my own brain saying, but how long is this going to last? Can I walk with this and
Ooh,
feel this? And that's when I just was seeing that image of, but you're holding it, you are it, it is there. Can you allow that? Like believe that, which is a funny thing because I feel like that is, for me personally, a lot of what's coming up right now is like, if you believe it, it will be so. But do you actually believe it?
yeah.
And it's like, well, no, I guess there's parts of me that don't.
Yeah. Well, they're the parts that are probably being released right now. They're at the
Mm.
surface, they're in your awareness.
Hmm.
I'm all up in my third eye right now, and
Hmm.
I feel like you just made me reflect, invited me to reflect on how I've just taken this, and I feel like I am doing what I have been known to do, and is probably I'm dissociating. Like there's parts of me that still dissociate, and
Hmm.
I feel like I'm a little bit out of body still. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I really liked that space. I don't want to leave it now. And that's so me. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
I'm sometimes I struggle to stay grounded and get back in my body because it feels nicer out there.
Of
And it's
course.
something I've found so challenging the last quite a few years now. And I thought I'd gotten pretty good at, but I can feel that's what's coming forward for me now
Hmm.
is that hang on a second, Lauren, are you really embodying this? Like you know, or are you kind of ducking out to one side or I'm up here and sitting there when,
Mm.
yeah,
Perhaps that's why I'm feeling it in the heart. Like it's like pulling down into, coming down into the heart, because it did start a lot up here.
mm,
Um, but maybe you need to just draw it down a
yeah,
little bit here.
yeah,
But I almost see that little, like a little miniature figurine of us in that heart space, holding it like a big umbrella almost, like some type of big field. Because I feel this energy of like, don't worry, it's here.
yeah.
Don't worry, it's here.
I feel like I know that. I'm like, yeah, I know it's here, but it just hasn't landed yet.
Because there are parts of you, maybe that aren't ready to put boots on the ground
Hmm.
100%.
I've got my legs crossed up on my chair. My feet are literally not even on the ground.
Because this is something that's been coming up nearly every session I've been doing this week or last week. Um, they keep saying to me, it's time to be boots on the ground. And it's an extension of like what you said to me of grow where you're planted. And now
Yeah,
I'm hearing it like it's boots on the ground, people.
yeah, yeah,
And so I was just feeling for you, like I couldn't see your boots, like your feet weren't,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I've had boots on. I've been in the garden for the last few days in my work boots. I'm going to go and put them on after this, get out there and get my boots on the ground. That might help.
Yes, definitely. And
Uh,
and really all it is an invitation, isn't it, for the parts of us? Like we don't even have to do anything per se, but it's just an invitation for them to also witness it's safe to be in the body now because yeah, maybe there was a
yeah.
time it wasn't, but in this incarnation at this particular
Yeah.
time
Hmm.
in the now, they're safe to be here. But
Hmm.
until we do the things, take the empowered action or
Yep.
take the action to be empowered, sometimes we can't actually calibrate or it's like anything, isn't it? Until you do it and you're like, oh yeah, I can do that.
Mm. Hmm.
I think you kind of prove to yourself, and only you can prove to yourself. That's how it feels for me because I've witnessed over the last couple of weeks where I've wavered on something and it's like, no, keep showing up, keep doing it, keep just being in it, the
Yep.
courage to be present in
Uh-huh.
your presence. And I do have this feeling of like, I need to do it to prove it to myself and
No, yeah.
not in a punishing way, but more in a way like
It's an
my own
empowering way.
cheerleader. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, being my own cheerleader. Mm.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think so many of us are in this frame right now, and I'm speaking to the collective field that we're tapping into with this as well, where we are feeling those edges again of the comfort zone. We're feeling the fear and we need to do it anyway.
Hmm.
We need to pull those boots on, trust that we came here to be in the body at this particular time.
Yeah.
And because, remembering where we are in this point of time, linear time or non-linear time, and that we can trust that it's safe for us to be here and safe to take the next action. And the more of us that do that, the safer it becomes because we
Hmm.
continue to create that collective stabilization point
Yeah.
from which we will all benefit from, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
as we tap into the collective field, instead of feeling fear, maybe
Hmm.
grief or whatever light workers and empaths often find themselves feeling in the collective field. What if the possibility was we were feeling support, we were feeling love, we were feeling this sense of stability from which we could empower ourselves from.
Yeah.
So instead of it um, affecting us in maybe a non-empowering way, we can
Mm.
actually receive it and it can be empowering as well.
Yeah.
The more of us that step into that.
Yeah. Totally agree. And I think that place that we just went to in that little meditation, then that's showing us that when we allow ourselves to be in that natural state, we're in the present moment,
Mm.
we're in the now, and there's not even any possibility to feel unsafe
Yes.
because there's no projecting backwards, there's no projecting into the future. You're just then and there, and your body feels safe in that state. And it's like we are remembering that not only that that's our natural state, but how to work with it, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
Absolutely.
And
We're
again,
fair.
when you operate from that,
Yeah.
other people are going to feel it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
We're just beginning to understand how much we're capable of and how much we have the power to create, or the
Hmm.
capacity that we have
Yeah.
to create from within. And as you said, too, less about needing to disassociate and more about accessing everything that's in here, the
Yeah,
library of the
there's
body as well.
yes,
Mm.
that there's no, actually no need to dissociate.
Mm.
That's just, yeah, Lauren.
But hey, she's just had this opportunity to feel safe in this moment
Yeah,
and
yeah.
understand that it's there. And
Mm.
maybe the new part for her is, oh, we don't have to take this and take it out here. We can just hold it here. Like,
Yeah.
don't
We can
have to do
access it
anything more.
here. It's all
Just
here.
it's just here. Yeah, and
Yeah.
be with it there.
Mm.
Put your boots on and plant in that spot. You
I've
don't have
been
to go.
gardening. I've been planting new plants in my boots. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Well,
I
Thank
there
you
you
should
for
have
go.
joining us in this space of truth, reflection, and connection. If today's conversation stirred something within you, we invite you to sit with it, journal on it, or share it with someone who walks the path of self-awareness too.
These conversations are living transmissions, and we are so grateful to be on this journey with you. Until next time, remember your human experience is sacred and you are never walking alone.
With love, Lauren.
And Ali.